Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is AckleyAttack4427 here with, well, I guess it's time for another response/rant video as normal, So yeah, I've been meaning to actually talk about this for sure because, well, oddly enough, I didn't actually have any intention of course, talking about this subject matter for sure, but I guess given for the fact that it's been announced for well over a week for sure. And of course, the massive amount of attention it's getting on social media and other online platforms for sure. I think it makes sense to actually finally talk about this subject matter for sure, and yeah, surprisingly enough, if I can get this out for what I'm going to be talking about, so yeah, there we go. So yeah, and surprisingly enough, pretty much actually revolves around this little blue tank engine once again. Yeah, you've all seen this one coming up for sure, right? Yeah, we are going to be talking about something related to Thomas the Tank Engine once again for sure. But surprisingly enough, it does have, well, let's face it, there we go. So, might have had a little bump here and there. I'll worry about that later, So yeah, but surprisingly enough, it does pretty much revolve around a certain movie that came out well over 25 years ago for sure. That's based around the little blue tank engine for sure. So yeah, and of course you know exactly what I'm talking about for sure. I'm of course referring to Thomas and the Magic Railroad. So yeah, I guess it is no big surprise that I, alongside plenty of other people in the Thomas community, know exactly about Thomas and the Magic Railroad for sure. Basically, the very first movie based around Thomas the Tank Engine that we all know of for sure, and, well, surprisingly enough, for while it is the big on-screen debut of the Little Blue Tank Engine for sure, after about the first 5 seasons of the TV show, it became a critical and box office flop when it first came out. But a lot of us still have mixed reactions, of course, the movie, pretty much ever since it came out. Some of us really enjoyed it, others absolutely hated it, and of course there are people like me who found it okay for sure. So yeah, and yeah, I'm one of those people who actually still have mixed reactions to, of course, Thomas and the Magic Railroad ever since I rewatched it as an adult compared to me enjoying it as a kid for sure. And yeah, and there's no doubt in my mind that on the internet, many of us, people in the Thomas community, actually do have pretty much a certain connection with, of course, that said movie for sure. So yeah, and for the fact that the movie is now officially 25 years old, man, the movie itself has really came a long way throughout its journey back when it first came out to where we are right now for sure. And I made no big surprise that I did do a good number of videos revolving around that said movie for sure. And yeah, I can agree for a good number of people that for a while there are some parts in it that I really do enjoy. I do kind of felt some others are not really up to the full-on standards of course, Thomas the Tank Engine done right on the big screen for sure. So, so yeah. Now, why am I bringing this up, you may ask? Well, if you may recall, well over a week ago, Carty alongside Rico Robbins and the Children's Television Archive, amongst plenty of others, are officially in the process as of now, and, well, they did officially confirm that they are currently working on a full-on restoration of course, all the stuff that were cut out from the movie entirely, and, well, they're actually going to be releasing the full-on director's cut of Thomas and the Magic Railroad for sure, so yeah. Now that is actually really great news by far, and I guess a lot of you guys are, of course, pretty much blabbering on to me on how I feel about this bit of news. Well, I will admit, even though I haven't actually really share my reactions to, of course, the trailers for of course, that said project that is currently being worked on as we speak, I will admit, I am actually really intrigued with, of course, pretty much this idea for sure, and yeah, truth be told, I really do think this is actually something that we might have actually seen coming for sure. And I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, well, why could I say something like that? I mean, besides, we've all been hoping for the same thing, but nothing's really come up, so I think our hopes of getting a director's cut is apparently lost in the sands of time. Well, not exactly, to be honest, because if anything, it is still valid when you really think about it, so yeah, and I really do mean that in the best possible way, because if anything, we do know hands down that when it comes to the movie itself, we do know for the fact that the one thing that really popped into our heads is, of course, all the stuff that got cut out from, of course, the movie entirely for sure, and it is actually for a good reason. Hell, I dare even say I did go over pretty much the stuff that were cut out from the movie, and of course my history video that I did pretty much half a decade ago, which, yeah, surprisingly enough, is still one of my best videos I've actually put out so far, and has actually been garnering up tons of views for sure, and yeah, so I guess pretty much of anything, for a while, I guess, pretty much of anything, for a while we are quite fascinated with stuff that were cut out from the movie entirely before it even got released. We never really gave up hope, and of course, pretty much seeing on what the movie would have been like if they kept all the stuff in for sure. Hell, I dare even say there are plenty of people who have worked on the movie pretty much back when they first started it, could definitely say the same thing, with one big example being that Mara Wilson, who played Lily in of course this movie, actually did express her concern, of course, the stuff that were cut out for sure. But it is quite fascinating on seeing some of the stuff that would have actually made it a really good experience for sure, and I do have to agree with her, to be honest, so yeah. And yeah, either way, I think with, of course, what I've actually seen by far, according to my research, yeah, I can agree with a lot of people in saying that maybe the film could have been a whole lot stronger if they would have kept all the stuff in for sure, and yeah, honestly, I think it would have been interesting to see what the movie would have been like if they did keep all the stuff in for sure. And of course, pretty much of anything, yeah, even though I might have a few minor issues for sure, I bet the movie would have actually performed a whole lot better if they would have actually kept all the stuff that were cut out for sure. I mean, let's face it, you can't go all out, and of course, being lighting up and happy-dappy, pretty much like any other kids movie would do. No, you need to mix it up a bit, and of course, incorporate something not just for kids, but also something for adults as well. Which is why plenty of other movies in the past, like say Toy Story, for example, actually does have some stuff that you would expect for a kids film, but actually incorporated stuff that adults might get into just fine for sure. So yeah, but that's either way, that's pretty much one good example of course what I'm actually referring to, hands down. So yeah, and either way with, of course, what Carty and the others are, of course, working on in restoring the, pretty much the stuff that were cut out for, of course, this director's cut that we'll be getting later on down the road. I think it'll be quite interesting to see on what might that be like for sure, and yeah, I think I know hands down, based on, of course, pretty much the posts that were put up for sure. Yeah, they've got a lot to work on in order to get the movie fully restored by far to really get it where it needs to be. So yeah, sometimes making a movie is one thing, but restoring an old movie from the past, that's saying a whole lot for sure. So yeah, but either way, I'll be really quite curious to see on what might that be. On how they're gonna do to see what might that be like in its entirety. So yeah, and of course, pretty much of anything, some people can make the argument for the fact, of course, the deleted storylines that are included in the film's Blu-ray release for sure. And well, technically that is true, and I guess if anything, back when I did my review, of course, pretty much this Blu-ray release of course, the movie itself, I do stand by my point in saying that I really do like the pretty much the Blu-ray release of course, this movie, and it did pretty much give us what we wanted to see, and the deleted storylines segment is actually very nicely done for sure. But at the same time, it's just your pretty much your regular old Blu-ray release of course, well, just the movie on its own. Nothing really much else. But again, that doesn't make it bad for sure. I still like it nonetheless. Hence why I still have this even after I did my video. Of course, this movie. Yeah, of course, this Blu-ray of course, this movie that I did years ago for sure, to which, yeah, still another one of my best ones that I've actually put out for sure, and I'm really proud on the way the video turned out, and of course, when I actually got this for sure, so yeah, but either way, I guess given to what I've actually seen, that does come close to getting exactly what we want for sure, and I guess I know it is something that Rainbow Sun Productions have actually pretty much worked hard to actually get going for sure. But surprisingly enough, we haven't really learned anything else from, of course, Rainbow Sun Productions after the Blu-ray release for sure. Nor even hear, of course, what's going on with the lady prop that was used in the movie that they're hoping to restore, hands down, to which, yeah, it is such a shame that we never got another update for sure, and let's just say Rainbow Sun Productions might have disappeared off of the face of the earth as we speak, so yeah. But either way, it's what I can say on that front for sure. But I guess if anything, for Carty and Rico and plenty of others coming in to actually work on the restoration of course, the director's cut of this movie, I'll be really quite curious to see on how they're going to do hands out, and pretty much of anything, like I said, pretty much in the past, I fully support Carty and, of course, what he's actually doing for sure. So yeah, I think he's actually come a long way, and of course, pretty much working hard on the documentary and Unlikely Fandom for sure, and yeah, and for him to go from that to, of course, this project as we speak, I think it is going to be a massive step up all the way for sure. And of course, pretty much speaking of an Unlikely Fandom, for those who are wondering, yes, I did hear the news that Amazon Prime is, of course, going to be picking up this movie for sure, and they are going to release it on their platform, so yeah, I'll be really excited to see how that's going to go for when it's going to come out. And I do hear the news that Carty is hopefully going to work on releasing pretty much both cuts of course, this movie for sure. Yeah, of course, an Unlikely Fandom. Pretty much both the the cut that premiered in New York City back in 2023 and the international cut that we got not too long ago. The latter of which is pretty much going to be released onto Amazon Prime officially for sure. So yeah. And to give you guys a little heads up, if you actually have seen the movie in both of its premieres and, of course, its eventual Amazon Prime release coming up very soon, yeah, if you actually go to the end credits, you might find me as one of the people who have actually backed this documentary for sure. So yeah, yours truly is, of course, being credited, of course, that's a documentary, so definitely be on the lookout for that if you do plan on watching the movie for yourself. So yeah, we'll definitely receive a word from Carty when us Kickstarter supporters backing this documentary will finally get the chance to see for sure. So yeah, but when that does come around for sure, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And well, I guess my review on an Unlikely Fandom won't come faster anytime soon, so I know it's definitely waiting to come out eventually, so we'll see on that. So yeah, but either way, back on the subject of course, the Magic Railroad Director's Cut. Yeah, again, I'm really quite curious to see on how they're going to turn out with, of course, that said project for sure, because, yeah, let's face it, there's a lot for them to work on to pretty much get everything put together and back on the cutting room floor to really get us where we need to be. But I do have strong hopes for, of course, this one, because, well, really think about it, pretty much, if anything, it's not only a really great way to see on what Britt Allcroft would have had in mind given to her vision to that said movie, to which, by the way, I think she would absolutely appreciate that if she was still around for sure. But I think it'll be a really great way to see what the movie would have been like and how it would have actually performed better than the version we got now for sure. So yeah. And I can easily compare it to, let's say, the Snyder Cut of Justice League by Farah, and yeah, I can agree with a lot of people that, for while I'm not a big fan of the theatrical cut that Josh Whedon put together for sure, which actually didn't make Justice League a pretty good movie for sure, the Snyder Cut, I will have to say, really is quite fascinating, and I really do admire on what they actually did, and yeah, maybe the movie would have been a whole lot better if it would have been released that way for sure. And despite it only being an HBO Max exclusive, and of course being well over 4 hours long, I still think the Snyder Cut really did deliver on that pretty well, to be honest. So yeah. So I guess pretty much of anything, the director's cut of Thomas and the Magic Railroad that Carty and the others are going to be working on is basically going to be the pretty much the Thomas community's equivalent to the Snyder Cut of Justice League for sure. So yeah, we're of course the theatrical cut isn't really that good for sure. Where, of course, the director's cut actually is a whole lot better and would have been something that we would have loved to see pretty much as what Britt Allcroft would have had in mind for sure. So So yeah, I guess either way, I'll be really quite curious to see on how that's going to go for sure, and I do have strong hopes for, of course, that one for sure. Now, don't get me wrong, there is going to be a lot of work on their part to really make it pretty much stand out quite well, but I do hope it will actually deliver in the end for sure, So yeah, and right now, as we speak, they're currently slated to having a release somewhere around in 2026 next year for sure. So yeah, hopefully within that matter of time, I do hope they'll actually give us something really good for sure to really make it very nicely done for sure. And like I said, I do support Carty and the others all the way with what they're doing, and I do hope that this project that they're all working on will actually deliver for sure. So yeah, and like I said, seeing how it's currently slated to come out somewhere around next year or so, there's no word as we speak on how it's going to be released for sure. Maybe it might be given the big screen treatment for sure, or maybe I think it could be released on DVD and Blu-ray, kind of like with what we got with the original movie for sure. Or maybe much like an Unlikely Fandom for sure, maybe they might release it on a streaming platform for sure, like of course Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, Tubi, Pluto TV, and that's just to name me a few for sure, but we'll hopefully get some updates later on for sure to really get them where they need to be for sure. So yeah. But if you are quite curious to finally see this happen and make it a full-on reality for sure, then by all means, I do highly encourage you fully support them all the way for sure to really help get this off the ground for sure. So yeah, it is going to take up a lot of time and money, but as long as, of course, they'll actually deliver on something really good for sure, I say they're going to be in good hands in its entirety, and yeah, hopefully we'll get an update later on of course, the progress and how they're going to release it for sure. And to be honest, if they would have actually released it onto the big screen for sure, I think it will be not only a really good way to experience all the hang for sure, but also, serve as a really nice breathing room for that for Mattel's new Thomas the Tank Engine movie directed by Mark Forster that we're hoping to get later on down the road. So yeah, we'll definitely wait and see later on for sure. So yeah, but I do hope yeah, I do hope, if anything, despite the fact that there is currently a whole lot of work going on for the Mark Forster movie, I do hope they'll actually give us something really good to actually make it all the more interesting for sure. So yeah, but we'll definitely have to wait and see, especially after not only the success of the Barbie movie for sure, but also the upcoming release of that Masters of the Universe remake that's currently under post-production as of now. So yeah, but we'll definitely have to wait and see later on down the road. So yeah, but regardless, of course, on that front, I do highly encourage on fully supporting this project for sure, and yeah, I really do think that they are going to do everything they can to actually make it look good for sure. So I do hope they will deliver hands down, and I've got their full support all the way. So I do hope they'll give us something really good for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, it is going to take up a lot of time, yes, but as long as, of course, it'll give us something interesting, I think we'll be in good hands. And hey, good things come if you're always patient for sure. Hence why the good old-fashioned phrase, patience is a virtue, is valid for a reason. So So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. And on that thought alone, yeah, I think I'll definitely end this video here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video. And by all means, I want to ask all of you guys, what do you think of the announcement of the Thomas and the Magic Railroad director's cut that Carty and the others are currently working on restoring as we speak? Are you really excited for, of course, all that and see what Britt Allcroft would have had in mind for sure? Or are you opposed to the idea and just rather stick to the movie as it is for sure, to which I highly doubt it, but whatever. So yeah, let me know down in the comments down below on what you guys think. I would love to know, of course, that front. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and well, speaking of which, well, I've got a lot of pretty much movies to actually look forward to right up until the end of this year for sure. So I guess seeing how I do have this break from seeing any new movies on the big screen for the time being, I think it'll get me up to speed on, of course, some movies that pretty much I've been meaning to watch for sure, and possibly make new videos on it for sure, but we'll definitely have to wait and see. So yeah, but until then, or I guess right up until an Unlikely Fandom finally gets released for us Kickstarter supporters, or whatever else comes into my agenda for sure. Well, I guess as usual, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and plenty more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.